The greatest enemy to our success is our excuse. And what's our excuse? To not make the decision that needs to be made. Because we're uncomfortable, because we're fearful of what people will say. Every time I meet a young lady, she says, hey, when she says, what are you doing to work on yourself? I see a therapist. And if she says, oh, are you okay? She ain't the one. She ain't the one. Because therapy to me is sexy. If my future woman says, I see a therapist, good God. Yes, Lord, you look good. Can I be real? Her saying, I see a therapist and I have a spiritual relationship, that's like her walking around the house, you know what. That is just sexy to me. Because anyone that is willing to invest into their business, invest into their mind, is an individual that understands the power of who they are in their core. They understand that if I am healthy at my core, I can accomplish anything in all things. And someone who says, I don't need to see no therapy, that's the person that's a red flag. You want to run from that person. Joe, I got some more questions, and then I'll let you go. Because I mean, this is just so good. Click the link. Check them out, you guys. I'm telling you right now, it's amazing. How much do early relationships really impact your current relationship connection? So it's like my past relationship with my ex-fiance, right? Mm-hmm. Do you believe as a therapist, what I experienced in that relationship impacts what I will get into in the near future?
Absolutely. What happens is we have these interactions with people and we believe that people will always interact like that with us. So whether it was good or bad, we make assumptions. And I put that assumption on you. Mm-hmm. Either it is, well, my ex did this for me, so of course you're going to do it for me. And then that creates disappointment because you're not doing the same thing. Or my ex did this to me, so of course you're going to do it to me. Mm-hmm. And so I might start just saying, well, where are you going? You're probably going to do this and this and this. And who wants to deal with someone who's just coming up with stories and narratives about what is going to happen, opposed to really cultivating the growth and the design of our relationship. Yeah. So it definitely impacts your current relationships. Sometimes it's actually interesting. They say that the hardest relationship that you have is the first healthy relationship after several toxic relationships because you don't trust it.
Yeah. No, that's real.
Yeah, you have a pattern. You're comfortable with the pain. Yeah. You're comfortable with the problems. You're comfortable with the chaos. Yeah. So when somebody's coming to you and they offer you peace, they offer you support, what do you really want from me? I don't trust it. And you will go back to that chaos just because you can't manage that space, especially if you don't go to therapy.
Wow. So you can be in front of what you prayed for and what you really desire.
Yes.
But because you've been through so much toxic stuff in the past, and if you didn't take the time to go see a therapist to help you really get down to your core, to understand that was toxic, that wasn't healthy, here's how you get over it, you can pass up on the very thing that you want.
Absolutely.
Because you didn't take time to go to better help.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. And I'm laughing, but I'm serious. I really want y'all to think about this. How many of you all are not experiencing the healthy relationship that you really desire because you're not willing to get the help that you really need? I was with someone, and we was talking, and I'm trying to make sure I say this in a way. It wasn't Brad. She's already talked about this on the show, but I'm not gonna say any names. Mm-hmm. She said for 3 years she stayed with the man who was beating on her because she said that she was taught that if she does something wrong, it's okay for her man to put her hands on her.
She deserved it. She deserved it was the narrative. Mm-hmm.
And she was like, no. Mm-hmm. Right? She was like, no. One, I should not have been treating him the way I was treating him. Mm-hmm. But then two, no man or nobody should be putting hands on each other.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, for 3 years?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we have no idea what's in our households, what we see, what gets normalized.
I was doing this study, Joy, and it says that $193 billion in earnings was lost because of mental illness. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say this one more time. I'm looking at this camera. $193 billion in earnings, right, was lost because people didn't take the time to invest into their mental invest into their number one business. They didn't take the time to mind their business. How much money have you lost? How much money has passed you? How much money has passed over you and went to someone else you know? How much money, how many job promotions have skipped over you and went to your other coworker because you didn't take the time to mentally take care of yourself? And so your boss was like, no, you're not ready. And you're upset at your boss because you think they skipped over you because they didn't like you, when really, no, seriously, you just were not ready. Mm-hmm. How does, Joy, poor mental health affect our finances?
Ooh. I mean, well, like you said, you can lose out on earnings because if you feel like you're always depressed, if you feel like you're always being pushed aside, or no one notices you, or you have this narrative around no one's ever going to treat you well anyway. I go to work with that, right? And I make an assumption, or I look through the scope of everyone's going to micromanage me, everyone else is lazy, and so I perceive all things in that way, right? So if I'm perceiving things in that way, then maybe I should be lazy. Mm-hmm. Maybe I shouldn't do anything. Ooh. So like you said, how are you going to look for me to do more and make more money? Why would you do that if I feel like I'm just supposed to do nothing because I'm angry all the time? I'm sad all the time. You know what I mean? And also, how can you really make well-founded financial choices when you're not mentally together, when you're hyper-focused on things, when you are obsessed with things, when you're just always checking out? Mm-hmm. You're not looking for the next opportunities to invest and do something better. Mm-hmm. You're not looking for the people to connect with that's going to really expand your life because you're always in your head. So constantly can mess with your money.
Every wealthy person that I've been around, every wealthy person that when I say wealthy, I'm talking about their net worth is $10 million or more. Mm-hmm. I'm not talking about people who have $1 million in the 401k, and that's wealthy. Mm-hmm. But I'm talking about people who make $10 million or more a year, right? Every single one of them sees a therapist.
Absolutely.
Every single one of them has a therapist on speed dial. I talked to one of my mentors, not really my mentor, a friend who gives me good wisdom. Mm-hmm. He doesn't pay his therapist by the month. He pays his therapist, like, if he texts her or calls her at this time, she just bills him for that hour. Yeah. And she just sends him a bill every single month. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And he's like, she's in his favorites.
Yes.
Why do you think wealthy people see therapists on a regular, but then non-wealthy people, we have a problem seeing a therapist?
Well, you think about the mind of a person who's wealthy. This is a person who probably did things differently than other people. Okay. This is a person who took time to process and invest in themselves. They saw the need for something. And a wealthy person is not messing with their money. Right? So they're like, I know I need to be healthy in all these areas. Your physical health, your spiritual health. They'll have like a spiritualist too, right? They'll have so many people. Yes. Because they're like, I'm not messing with my money. I'm here. I'm not going back. I like how it is. I now realize abundance. I realize that this stuff flows to me. And how do I make it flow? Open my mind, open all the things, the chakras, whatever you want to open up. But when you realize what works for you, you're not going back. Why would you not have a therapist?
Today's show, it's probably one of my most favorites. And I'm gonna be real. I don't mean no harm, BetterHelp. It's not because of BetterHelp. It's because of, this is the information that we need. Mm-hmm. This is the information that we need, more conversations like this in the Black community. Mm-hmm. Therapy needs to become something that is required. Okay, take away requirement. Therapy needs to become something that is expected to have and to be doing before we get married. I am not married. I don't know all of the facts and the stats. Well, I do know the facts and the stats around marriages or divorcing. And it's divorcing because of money. Check this out. Not because of the lack of money, but because of the lack of conversation around money. Why is there a lack of conversation around money? I think it's because we haven't gone to therapy to really understand, why do I think this way? Why do I desire this particular thing? And if we all saw if we all went to therapy before we got into a committed relationship, and now we understand why we're doing things, we can come to the table. This is what I want. This is what I like. This is what I do not like. This is where I see myself going. Now we can make better decisions. Is this the right relationship for me? When we make that best decision, marriages, partnerships, whatever y'all want to call it, will last longer because now we're coming to the table healthier, wiser, more knowledge, and clear. And we have freedom. So listen, as we are ending this show, I mean this. This was probably one of my most favorite shows solely because of we're talking about therapy, which is needed. While this is Black History Month and I am focused on making sure that we bring the education to Black people, listen, it's for all people. Black, whites, Hispanics, you name it. Everyone needs to go see a therapist. And I want to encourage you to click the link in the show description and check out BetterHelp. They got a great deal going on right now, very inexpensive. Listen. Don't go buy those new shoes this week, okay? Ladies, your hair looks good, all right? Listen, you don't need new nails. You listen, okay? Because here's the thing. If you can get your mind right, you can do it. You can get in a better position to set yourself up to get new nails every single week. If you get your mind right, you can get yourself in a better position to where you can get that new weave every single week. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real with you. Brothers, don't take her to the most expensive restaurant this week. As a matter of fact, don't even take her out this week. Tell her you're investing into your mind. And if she says, yo, what? Let her go. Because if you can get your mind right, you can take her to that nice restaurant and not feel bad about it because now you're a better individual. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, you don't need the rims. You don't need the car right now. Go get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let me say this. Don't even date for the next month. Focus on your mind. So that when you do date, you're a better individual. And I'm telling you right now, you will thank me later. And one of the things I really do love about BetterHelp is, I'm gonna be honest and transparent. A part of me almost didn't partner with them because I like Black therapists. And what I love about with BetterHelp is now you can go in there and specifically ask for a Black therapist that understands your culture. If you desire a Black therapist, if you are white and you want a white therapist, you can specifically say, hey, I want this. If you are on there, say, yo, I want to talk to someone specifically about sex, you can ask for a sex therapist. I specifically want to talk about, money, specifically want to talk about past hurts, pain, drama, anxiety. Now you can get very specific and get exactly what you want. And then listen, when you get that therapist, if you're off of your Zoom call with them, you can send them a message. Yo, I'm feeling a little down. And they can walk through that process via text and then get back on the call. Like, this is a great outlet. And I was like, heck yeah, BetterHelp, I'm in. I am in. So y'all gonna be hearing me talk about them often because this year we're maximizing our single season. This year we're paying off debt. This year we're building wealth. This year we're starting businesses. And here's the thing, you cannot build something solid on a rocky foundation. And the foundation for us is our core. And our core is connected to our mind. And we gotta go see therapy. We have to go see therapy. Now, in the beginning of the conversation, you're a sexologist.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people on here are probably saying, what the heck is a sexologist? Mm-hmm. And so I want to spend a little bit of time before we close the show out.
Okay.
What is a sexologist?
A sexologist.
And you don't have to be like safe. You can keep it real on the show.
Okay.
Because I think there's a lot of people saying, what does a sexologist do? Like sex? So wait, break that down. What is it for now?
So a sexologist could be a therapist, but it could also be someone who educates you on sex. There's so many things we don't understand about our bodies, because who told us about our bodies? Who taught you about sex?
The church, I'm going to be honest.
Okay, so the church doesn't know everything about sex. Mm-hmm. The pastor might know a lot about sex, but but the church doesn't know everything about sex. So, what a sexologist is gonna do.
Yo, I'm done. I'm done. If y'all are watching this, if y'all listening to this on podcast, y'all should have seen my face. That is hilarious. I'm not even going to. Okay, go ahead. You're the expert. You're the expert.
We are going to identify what it is that you really are missing, right? The desires that you have and maybe you feel like you can't get to, and show you a path to get to that. Show you a path to get to pretty much higher than you ever imagined you could get, right?
Yeah.
You could be somebody who has physical things that are going on that are preventing you from what you think is normal sex. And we can give you the path to get to that space as well. There's no normal, right? There's what is important to you. And we want to enhance that for you. We also want to remove any shame you have around sex, because that's one of the biggest things. This space of how I'm supposed to do it, who I'm supposed to do it with, when I'm supposed to do it, and I don't want to push anyone against their personal values, right? But sometimes they're aligning with someone else's values. And so what I want to get to is what's really, truly authentically yours, and then let's go from there sexually, right? Okay. So it's something that you should be proud of, that your body can produce this thing for you, can alleviate these things for you. It is a natural thing. We are full of sexual energy. We're full of spiritual energy. We're full of all types of energy. I truly believe the more sexual energy you get right, your money gets right too, because you can manifest some more stuff. I'm just saying. So if you want to have both, go see a sexologist.
We're just going to end it right there. She said, get your mind right and get your sex right. Oh, Jesus. I need to get married. You trying to tell me if I'm married and my sex is good and make more money? Oh, look at here, wife. Where you at? Where are you? No, listen, I'm going to end today's show by saying this. Click the link in the show description. Get on BetterHelp. Look up Joy. Rock with her. She does a lot with the groups. And look up her information, follow her, connect her. I'll make sure to put all the information in the show description. But Teachable has a great deal going on for my tribe. Click the link in the show description, check it out. I'm telling you, this is important, all right? And then also too, the scripture says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals. Today's affirmation. Today and every day, I am blessed. Simple. Today and every single day, I am blessed. Not just today and then skip over tomorrow. You're not cursed tomorrow. Today and every single day, even if the day is bad, even if the day doesn't seem as good, you're living. God has a plan for your life. You are blessed. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. And because he took his time to form you, you're blessed. Even if you lost your job, you're still blessed. Even if your kids are acting crazy, and I ain't got no kids, you're still blessed. Even if your baby daddy is acting a little weird, you're still blessed. And I really want you to say that today 5 times. If you're driving in your car right now, don't pull over and get too crazy, but scream it while you're driving. Today and every single day, I am blessed. My kids are blessed. My family is blessed. My friends are blessed. My spouse is blessed. My partner is blessed. Every single day. If you're watching this right now on YouTube Live, I want you to type it in and put it all caps, because I'm watching y'all. I'm watching. I'm here with y'all. Type it. Today, I am blessed. Today and every single day, I am blessed. Because I'm blessed. Because it's an amazing partnership with BetterHelp and its amazing therapist, Joy.